Okay, this is kind of our aviation room. This right here, this is an ejection seat. So this ejection seat, my understanding, it came out of a A4, and that the A4 is what we have on premise here. So your your jet is out of control, and you make the decision that I cannot land this thing. So you make the decision to eject. So you're sitting on a rocket. This rocket is going to propel you out of the airplane fast enough and high enough so that the tail section doesn't run into you and kill you. Um, you activate that by here's one location that you can pull down, and that will set off the rocket, or you can use this one right here to activate it, or this one right here. So this thing shoots through the canopy, whether you got it open or not. And then this little parachute would catch air, and it would pull out the big chute. This is another flight suit. Um, and these are help designed so that when you are flying and you're going at, you're pulling a lot of G's by turning or up or down, left or right, uh, by having constriction on your legs and such that keep you from blacking out, because otherwise the blood is going to go to the lowest point, and that would make you pass out for sure. My dad flew P-38s, fighters. They were the Lightning One, and he said he almost passed out a couple times uh, doing dogfights and such as that. This right here is a flight suit for a Blackbird. Um, the Blackbird is the SR-71. This guy right here. It holds the speed record from California to Washington, D.C., and they did it in 1 hour and 4 minutes. Um, of course, they're cruising at about 80,000 feet. Um, this is a bomb sight for a F4. This is a bomb sight for an A4. This is the instrument panel for the A4 out on the property. This is the camera gear that they could use in the airplanes. Interesting, the different models that are made out of, I believe, mahogany. This is a UH-1. This right here is a C-130, and this one right here is the Apache. That right there is a tail rotor for a UH-1. We found it hanging out here. This right here is a somebody that made a model out of the Little Bird. That's a Hughes 500. Um, he handmade that, which is pretty cool. You ever heard of Puff the Magic Dragon? And most people say, yeah. But do you know what that is? Puff was a C-47, this guy right here, and they put 3 miniguns on the left-hand side of that aircraft. So that was a gunship that each minigun will put out approximately 3,000 rounds a minute. So you've got three of them, and they're putting out a total of 9,000 rounds a minute. So a unit comes under heavy attack, and they could call up Puff. They'd contact them on guard channel, UHF, VHF, whatever, and they could attack the enemy, putting out 9,000 rounds a minute. Uh, Amazing. They were replaced by the AC-130. That's this guy here in the middle. It's a C-130, but they have a 105 howitzer cannon, and they have I believe, a 25 millimeter um, minigun type, and then they have a Beaufort, 40 millimeter Beaufort, and During World War II, the Beaufort was a anti-aircraft that they could attack um, planes attacking the ships and such. Just all kinds of stuff. We have a book here on the different kind of aircraft that were used in Vietnam, and it tells you how many crashed and burned during combat, and all kinds of information. It's pretty interesting. In the back here, and you can't see it, is a replica of the memorial up in Washington. That's that low wall that they had all the names put on it that we lost in Vietnam. This is a PT boat. This guy tried to give me this thing for a couple years, and I would not take it because we only have X amount of room here. And this is World War II. When I finally saw it and saw the amount of work he put into it, he hand built this remote control PT boat. Um, it um, it looked pretty good, so I agreed to take it, and then found out shortly thereafter we actually used the PT boat in Vietnam, and they were left over from World War II. Um, and they operated out of Da Nang. They used them for offshore intercepts. The B-52, I tell people about us having one down at the international airport. This right here, what do you think this is? That would be screwed onto a bomb. These are fins, spring-loaded fins. So for whatever reason, they have to do a low-level bombing run. The bomb would drop out, the fins would come out, and it would slow the bomb down so that the plane could get out of there. For whatever reason, they didn't want to be high-altitude bombing, but maybe they have missiles or something that could be firing on them. This is just a lot of models that we have. Chinese junk. Somebody donated this to me, and the story that went with that was that he procured this from somebody's back porch in Vietnam, and as he was going over the fence, they were shooting at him, and he's had it all these years, and he donated it to us about 14 years ago. He was so happy to get rid of that thing. I guess he felt guilty after the fact. That's basically it, gang.